As you've seen from the title of this video, I'm going to give you guys 10 tips and tricks on how to become a better hunter in Monster Hunter World. Without wasting time, let's get right into it. Tip number 1, keep that dookie on hand. So in this game you can have dung pods, and dung pods are used to shoot it at a particular monster and have them run away. The reason why this is important is because in this particular case, as you see in this video, I am hunting a threat level 3 tempered Rajang, and of course Devil Joe just happened to be there. In my particular case, Devil Joe just seems to be in every single hunt that I do, whether it be guiding lands or it be any investigations or anything like that. Devil Joe just loves me, and sometimes it's an inconvenience when he's there. So always equip some dung pods so that way you can get rid of whatever monster's trying to interrupt your fights. Tip number 2, mounting monsters. A lot of the times in Monster Hunter World, especially in Iceborne, the aggression level of the monsters seem to increase exponentially from base game. So a great way to counter that is to go for mounts. As you see in this video right here, there's a ledge that we're fighting on, so I took the opportunity to try to go for a mount. I got it on the 3rd try, which was good. So what it's going to allow me to do is knock Rajang on the floor and be able to just get some free damage in. As you see, I'm using the greatsword so that I can get my biggest hit combos in without worrying about him moving, dodging out the way, or hitting me. So tip number 2 would definitely be practice or focus more on mounting monsters in fights, because if you can keep them on the floor, your hunts will go by a lot faster. Tip number 3, wallbang. When you are initiating a fight in Monster Hunter World, the first thing you should be doing is wallbanging. Grapple onto the monster, ensuring that you have slinger ammo, and shooting it into his face. And with Rajang in particular, you can't grapple his face, you can only grapple his arms. But his arms are the place where you can turn him and shoot slinger into him to throw him into the wall. The importance of wallbanging is because you can get either a free sequence of damage, or if you need to heal mid-battle, you can do that, or sharpen. So always wallbang when they're not enraged. Tip number 4, use traps. So Monster Hunter World, you can trap monsters, and most of the time traps are used to capture monsters to end the quest early. Now, although that is good to shorten your runtime, and it also does give you more rewards at the end of the hunt, you can also use traps to set up big damage sequences. So as you've seen, I used a trap for Rajang because he does move a lot. Notice I didn't use a shock trap because certain traps don't work on certain monsters. And there's only 2 traps in the game. You have Pitfall and you have Shock Trap. When Rajang is enraged, he just kind of breaks straight through the shock traps, so you would use the Pitfall trap. So if you're fighting a really mobile monster and you're trying to get some good damage in, go ahead and throw a Pitfall trap or a shock trap down depending on who you're fighting, and then bait the monster into that trap, and then just stack the free damage up. Also use a trap to end your hunt quickly. Now if you want to capture the monster, make sure you have trank bombs as well. Tip number 5, don't be a barbarian. Now, what do I mean by being a barbarian? What I mean is don't overcommit to a certain attack. If you know that a monster is about to do something crazy that's gonna like cart you, as you've seen, I just got straight one shot. Don't be some barbarian and just only attack. Sometimes you got to take some time to know what combos is gonna happen. What is the monster finna do? What attacks is he finna do? Read the monster and know when to properly attack. Otherwise, just like that, I got pretty much one shot and got carded. So now I'm back to trying to go and eat and go back into the hunt. Carding definitely reduces your rewards, and it also increases your runtime. So don't be a barbarian. Tip number 6. How to tell if a monster is enraged. So there's 2 ways you can tell that a monster is enraged. Actually, there's 3. So the first way you can tell will be from the bottom left of the screen. You can look at the map, and you can also look at the heart rate of the monster. If the heart rate of the monster goes from blue to orange, he is enraged. Or the map, if his little icon, that little symbol that's underneath the monster, if that goes from yellow to red, that means that monster is enraged. Another way you can tell if the monster is enraged is visual. Some monsters, when they're enraged, either have extra parts that grow on them, or they might change colors, or something of that nature. And then the third way you can tell if a monster is enraged is if you have the agitator skill on your build. When it says that your agitator has activated, that means the monster is enraged. And if it says that your agitator is no longer active, that means the monster is no longer enraged. Tip number 7. Wish list. So in Monster Hunter World, there's a system called wish list. So what you do with the wish list is you find a particular weapon, armor, or anything, or upgrade or something like that that you want. What you do is you go find the weapon, press your corresponding button, and add it to your wish list. The benefits of using the wish list is so that way you don't always have to try and remember or write down the materials needed for the weapon you want, the upgrade you want, the armor you want. You can go anywhere in the game, anywhere, whether it be in the middle of a hunt, on an expedition, you can be in the guiding lands, it doesn't matter. You can go anywhere. And where to find this is you go, press your start, go to your 3rd tab, and you click on wish list, and it shows you exactly what you need anywhere you are in the game. So you don't have to worry about remembering. You don't have to worry about going back to the smithy, looking at it again, and then hunting. You can do it from anywhere. So use the wish list system. Tip number 8, sale. Zenny becomes a problem early to mid-game because things start to really increase in the price. Now you can do Zenny farms, as in do some quests that give you stuff, or you could just sell your unwanted materials, things that you know that you're not really going to use, things that you don't really want. You just go and sell them from the merchantman, whether it's in Celiana or Astera. You can just sell your unwanted stuff and get some Zenny from it. If you sell higher quality things, you get more money, but sometimes you need those higher quality things. So just make sure that you're selling the things that you don't actually need to get your Zenny up. Tip number 9, the training grounds. You should always be utilizing the training grounds to test out weapons, test out builds, test out anything that you want. But sometimes just hitting on this one particular pole isn't really optimal. You can't soften the pole or do anything like that to the pole. So what you want to do is come into the training grounds, go to this little cat that's standing by the box. Now what this cat does is allow you to change the target in the training grounds. So you speak to the cat and click on the first option, change objects in the area. So when you change the objects in the area, all of the pole's going to be gone and all the other barrels, and you'll get this fake monster dummy. The benefits of the fake monster dummy is you can soften the monster. You can soften its head, you can soften its sides, and all of that, and test out your builds a little better, right? Like, let's say you have weakness exploit on. You'll be able to test that out in there. There are certain things like if you use coalition or if you used agitator or anything like that, those won't proc because you don't get any of those effects inside of the training ground. But it's a little more convenient when testing out your builds a little better than just hitting on that pole. So go to the training grounds, test out builds, test out weapons, and switch your target inside of the area to this training dummy. Tip number 10, apply your buffs. So before every hunt, particularly when you're going to fight a stronger monster, I would recommend that you apply buffs. And when I mean buffs, I mean, as you see on the screen, you see me using a sequence of performance buffs. Now, although these performance buffs require a lot of materials to craft, it is definitely well worth using it because it does increase your defense and your damage output. So when you are going to fight stronger enemies or somebody that you've kind of been struggling on, I would recommend that you apply the buffs that you can. They do require a lot of farming and a lot of materials to craft these particular buffs, which is why I would also recommend that you make sure that you upgrade your botanist as soon as you can, because buffs are vital to having the best performance while hunting in this game. A bonus tip that I have for you guys is like and subscribe. If you like and subscribe to the channel, you won't miss out on any of the other future videos that I make, whether it be Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Rise, or even Monster Hunter Wilds when it drops. So if you guys enjoyed this video and or gained any added knowledge, please drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. It helps motivate me to keep making more content for you guys. And with that all being said, until next time.